And thank you all for being here. I know that many of you were up until 3 in the morning with this ranked choice process, and I empathize with you. My goal is to get rid of this process, so at least the next cycle you can go to sleep at a normal hour. I only have a few remarks, and then I'm happy to take questions. What an absolutely gorgeous day. You know, maybe it's prophetic. We live in consequential times, and yesterday was a kind of a rainy day, and today is absolutely fantastic. So I hope it's a sign of things to come. My thoughts are going to be fairly straightforward. To the people of Maine, thank you. To all those who came out and voted for whoever your candidate was, thank you. Maine, the results are in, and they confirm what we already knew. You, me, us, we are ready for change. We are in need of change. But before we look forward, I want to say just something short here about the process, because it also revealed something very troubling, and as governor, I will fix it. Maine voters deserve to know the results of their elections on the day that they cast their vote, by election night. That is not a radical idea. That is actually the bare minimum. It is what has worked in this state for 200 years. It is what the founding fathers of this country advised, not a cascading set of preferences that get tabulated and retabulated over 9 days, kind of behind the curtain, leading to questions and wonder and in some quarters distrust. No, they wanted one person, one vote. They wanted you and me to be able at the end of the day to see whether there was a win by a plurality or a majority, that we would get elected the person who got the most votes. Interestingly, despite the fact that many in the Democrat Party pushed this our ranked choice voting system in the primaries, and we are the only state in the United States to use it in our primaries, despite that, they are the ones that ended up with a candidate who actually was not their plurality choice on the first vote. So I'll leave that to you, but I'll tell you, my commitment is that if Florida can do it with 20 million people in one day, we can do it. So you sent a clear message. And I think what you did is you gave us a decisive victory that is quite unusual. We won by 63% to 39%, winning in the final account by more than 20,000 votes. As some here know, this was also actually a very significant Republican turnout. I'm not sure if it was the record or the second biggest turnout, but people are angry. They want solutions. And that's the reason I'm standing here in front of you. I've never run for anything in my life. I'm just like you. I'm just like you in the sense that I am sick and tired of all the things we're putting up with, in my view, a betrayal of trust and a betrayal of integrity. This government is not a government of integrity. And yet, every Mainer, those who work hard, those who have gone through working hard over a lifetime, deserve to have a high integrity group of people in that building and the building across the street over there, Blaine House. So let's talk about those issues. Before we do, one last point. The Democrats have just nominated an insider, a deep Augusta insider. We'll have lots and lots to say about that ahead, but I think it puts a very good contrast out on the table. You either want change, integrity, lower taxes, the drug traffickers out of here, the needles out of here, the energy costs down, a sense of accountability in your government, no more fraud, no more duplicity, no more deceit, no more pretending that things are going well, or you want what they've given us already out of that building for too many years. They've given us a failure of policy, a failure of leadership, a failure of integrity. They've given us the world that we live in today, where seniors can barely make it on fixed incomes. Young people are leaving the state because of a combination of high costs in housing and the inability to get health care and the importance of finding good jobs. So on personalities, I'll just say two things. One, Hannah Pingree is the very embodiment, the poster child for all the failures we are going to be discussing in the next 4.5 months and have been discussing for the last 14 months. And Rick Bennett, who voted On the Democratic side, with his Democratic ballot, is the same guy. He voted just like the progressive leftists, the progressive Democrats. He voted for sanctuary state status. He voted for boys and girls sports. He's justified it all. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a coalition for common sense and change on one hand, and a coalition for continued progressive nonsense on the other. And it's really, really that simple. A little bit about who I am. And I'll just kind of refresh it to you so you have those who don't know me, maybe unaffiliated voters, maybe Democrats who are traditional Democrats. I used to say JFK, Truman Democrats, but I'll say now JFK, Truman, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton Democrats. None of those people are progressives. Those people want common sense in their day-to-day life, and so do so many of the unaffiliated voters. That's probably why they're unaffiliated. They just want common sense back in the state of Maine. So let me give you my common sense roots, because I think it matters. I grew up in Wayne, Maine, little town of 500 people, heavily influenced by the World War II vets. I was working at the age of 12 for one, that I worked for full-time when I wasn't in school for about 6 years, 5 years, and then another building houses, both of them unbelievable decorated combat vets. I also was raised by a school teacher who taught for 40 years over in Monmouth. She was a remedial reading teacher. My part of her life was by herself, and she ended up raising 4 kids with heart and effort and the belief in America and the belief in Maine that comes back to care about your fellow citizen, care about what you do with yourself. What matters is how you treat people and how hard you work. And she taught us, if you have a goal in life, and we happen to have one now as a state, we think we should get our state back in hand again. But if you have a goal in life, envision it, believe it can happen, and then fight for it. It's as simple as that. And it comes right down to the stuff we do in our daily lives, as well as how we're going to turn people out and get a real common sense majority of Republicans in the House behind me here. My mom was up before dawn and down after midnight. She lived by the golden rule, and she raised her kids to serve something bigger than themselves. She would look at Maine today and she would say to me, as I said the other night, Bobby, fix it, because you have the tools. You were given the things that others weren't given years ago. You were given the principle of hard work, and you're back at home. Get out there and fix it. And I am doing that. When it came to me, I looked outward and I saw a chance to serve, so I served 10 years in the United States Navy as an intelligence officer. I served as an Assistant Secretary of State fighting drugs, drug cartels, training police in Iraq and Afghanistan, working to secure our borders, working for the citizens of the country. I spent years as a federal investigator, auditing waste, going after and exposing fraud, holding powerful people accountable. And if you doubt any of that, and if you're bored and you want to get to sleep easy some night, just go look at all the C-SPAN tapes. There are hundreds of hours of me either testifying or actually helping to bring some of this accountability to the federal level. I am not a career politician. I have never been part of that Augusta machine. I have never run for anything. But I am here because I am so ticked off that this state has gotten off the rails and is just careening through the pucker brush. I am here because I am a crime fighter. I am a Navy veteran. I know leadership. I am a federal investigator, and I promise you this. This is my last job, and I will give it every ounce of effort I have. Every breath I have will be dedicated to the people of Maine. I am not running to build a resume. I've got that, and I don't need that. I am running because Maine gave me everything that I am, everything that I have, everything I believe in. And Maine, our Maine, is broken. And I know how to fix it. And together, in the spirit of many hands makes light the load, we will fix this state. Just about every Augusta politician knows, even though they don't want to admit it, that Maine is in peril. Let's just do a quick tick list. Property taxes, driving families out of their homes, out of homes their grandparents built. Why? Because we have hundreds and hundreds of unfunded mandates that all came out of that building and that one over there, Blaine House. Because they don't care, they're out of touch. They don't understand the sacrifices people are making, the suffering that is. I've been in all 16 counties. I've spent time over 14 months in just about every corner of the state. And I will tell you, here's a direct report. People are suffering. I often, kind of off script here, I often say, listen, you got to understand, seniors on fixed incomes are losing their homes. The other day I was at an event up in, I think it was Ellsworth or Machias, and somewhere down east, and a couple came up to me afterwards and said, "We are they." They lost their home for $4,000. Listen, that is not the Maine we want, nor do we want a state where the young people, my kids don't live in the state, where the young people can't afford to live here because the property taxes are so high that they've driven rents through the roof. And the job prospects are not there. And the income taxes are high. So they leave. We can reverse that. We should not be a state in which the median income for those who are working under the age of 35 is $200 below median rental costs. That's the death of the American dream. We need to seed the American dream, reestablish the American dream, go back and do it the way it works, not pretend that something that isn't working is working. Our young people are leaving because they cannot afford to stay. Energy costs are the highest in the region, and actually among the highest in the country. And I know we say this out on the stump, but I'm going to say it again. Our energy costs jumped by 36% last year, the highest in the nation, twice the #2 state. Why? Because look, I love solar and I love wind and I love hydro, but you know what? The state should not be subsidizing wind and subsidizing sun at the same time that people can't pay their bills. We have a 25-point energy plan. We're going to end that energy billing. We're going to get back to common sense. We're going to give people a shot at being able to turn their thermostats up to at least 65 in the winter and not down to 50 just to be able to buy groceries. It doesn't make sense. So we have a great team in each of these areas. Our schools, of course, are also failing. And you're talking to a guy that not only graduated from an uncertified high school when I came out of Maine and had somehow the education that got me through Dartmouth, Oxford, and Columbia, but a guy whose mother taught for 40 years at Monmouth. My siblings teach. One of my siblings teaches high school math. This was a state that was absolutely dedicated to being good in education, whether it was trades, whether it was day-to-day events like abilities like home ec, or whether it was the reading and the math and the science and the history. We were among the best in the country in 1992, and today we're near the bottom. So let me just say this. We are getting over 8 years with Janet Mills. Anna Pingree and all the Democrats are really just knockoffs of Janet Mills. All the policies are the same. They're ideological. They take us off track. They're making life unaffordable. They've given us a healthcare system that doesn't work. They've given us housing that nobody can afford. They've given us needles everywhere in our streets. Right here in Augusta, easy, within blocks of here, you can go find needles on the streets. They give out 4 million a year. And they don't have good addiction services. Look, this is something I've done all my life. We have to fix the state. So, I'm going to end this way. This is not the end, really, of anything. This is the beginning. Maine has started something. There is a rumble in the rails. There is an engine out there. You can hear it. People are angry. They're determined. For the first time, they're getting up and voting. How many? And actually, we had Democrats and independents switching over to be Republicans in order to vote in this primary. Unbelievable effort to try to get the state back. And we will finish what the Maine people have begun. We will create a new era of prosperity. Straightforward, measurable prosperity. Common sense and common purpose in being Mainers. I am going to take this campaign to every single Mainer. There is nobody I won't talk to. Republican, Democrat, Independent, undeclared, never voted before, I'll talk to you. Because your problems are our problems. And my mission is to help get us back to normal again. Call it the Norman Rockwell values. Call it World War II values. Call it common sense. But that's what we're missing because we have been misled, betrayed, and lied to by so many people on the other side of the aisle for so long in a one-party state. It is time to end the one-party state. I know how Mainers feel because I feel the same way. I know Mainers deserve better, and that's why I'm doing this. And I guess I'll just end by saying if you want to be part of the fight, if you want to join the Army, if you want to join this group of Mainers who are determined to get our state back, because we deserve to have a state that's responsive to us, we the people, then please go to bobbyformaine.com. It's a simple task to be part of the process. And if at the end of the day, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you don't see these problems as worthy of our effort to fight and fix them, then you're kind of letting them go. And I just can't do that. And I ask you not to do that. So I'll just leave it there and take questions and just tell you, I'm a simple guy, Bobby Charles. It's what they've called me all my life. I don't expect to change it. I grew up in a little town of 500. I believe in the people of this state. I believe we can get this back. And my commitment to you is this will take all the life energy I have for the rest of my life to get this state back. That's my promise to you.